Now what happened today? Well, what happened was at 8:30 we had news that came out. And at 8:30 we were up towards the highs, we came tumbling back down, and of course I bought the lows of that channel. So my first trade today was buying those lows. Well, that didn't last very long. It ended up going sideways here and then tumbling back down. Well, when those buyers failed, you know what we're looking for. Those failures, we then sold retracements coming down. Well, right below the open, or right above the open, we had a double bottom. We saw a double bottom here. And a double bottom gives us a really strong signal. And a double bottom tells me to sell at resistance and expect another retest of those lows. So when we saw these double bottoms, and I wish I could say that I saw them, but our good friend Isaac, who deserves our tip money this afternoon, Isaac, great job. He said, "Hey Joe, is that double bottom right there?" And he was absolutely right. Now it was funny because what happened to me was we saw the double bottom, but apparently between when we started buying here, of course buying pullbacks now going back up off the double bottom, what I should have been doing, and I made a mistake on this one myself personally, what I should have been doing was waiting to sell right there. Well, between 9:30 double bottom and 10:30 getting up the top here, I completely forgot about it apparently, and I decided to buy a pullback here after we saw sellers fail. And I missed the initial drop off the highs. That's where you want to be selling, right there with that double bottom. Well, of course, I eventually picked up on it, right? I'm not that slow on a Friday morning. I eventually picked up on it and began selling this thing off. And I took a number of swings here, took a number of tries here, wave short, wave short, wave short. We weren't getting much follow through. We kept seeing +5, +10, and then snap back up, right? Bounce me out. So I'm making, 20 ticks at a time here coming down, but I'm not getting rich off it. I kept swinging though because we knew what we're waiting for. A retest of that double bottom. And so of course, again, the bull channel failed. We saw price come down, right? Double bottom. Missed my opportunity to sell those highs, caught up to it, brought it all the way back down, double bottom, and by that point, it was, what we got here, 10 a.m., and the whole market began to get sloppy and choppy. Remember what it looked like this morning, guys? 9:55 was the last trade this morning, and boy, did this thing slow down. We're going to see bottom, bottom. We're going to break that low. Now, momentum over here was oversold at that time, so I didn't take the first break. Oversold momentum tells me don't go short, wait for a long trade. But finally, though, we get momentum on our side. We break the lows there. Again, just saw the buyers fail. We're now assuming we're going to go down and retest these lows down here. So at 8:50 now, buyers failed. We're now out of that short-term bull channel. Remember this? We're going to use the bear channel now. Keep selling those new lower lows. We take 21 ticks out of the short at 8:50. We come down, we test the lows. The buyers now fail here at those lows. So two-step pattern short. We test the low of the channel. We come up. We're going to watch these buyers fail. When I see the buyers fail, I quickly jump in, try to retest those lows again. I make 21 ticks, as you can see. Didn't get much out of the move, but made some money there at 8:52, all by reading tape and watching momentum become overbought. Momentum is overbought down there, and that's what gives me the signal there to get short. Now, if you're asking yourself, Joe, why are you selling into the low of the channel? Well, it's because we have some compensating factors. If we just test the low of the channel and we see the buyers fail, there's a good chance that A, will retest those lows. And of course, what I was hoping is that B, we may just dramatically keep dropping here. Okay, so this wave pattern short, definitely not going to be the highest percentage trade I took all day. But again, when I see those buyers fail, I'm looking at this now as being some compensating factors. I'm hoping this thing tumbles now hard. Okay, it didn't happen. But again, my trade management takes a little bit off, moves that stop a little bit tighter, eliminates the risk, locks up the profit, and that way, if price reverses against me here, I'm not getting stopped out for a loss. So of course we come up, right to the BMT, make a swing high. Again, I'm not trying to trade into the BMT here. I want to get above the BMT. That comes later on in this process. We fail to go higher, and when we fail here, remember, once again, I'm looking for an opportunity here to buy these lows, or sell below the lows. Remember, this is support right now. Now, I tried to break below that support the first time. Remember that? Okay, didn't happen. So this time, we've already seen it hold once. I'm now going to try to buy those lows, unless, of course, we go right through them. Then I'll sell a retracement then. So I'm not going to be as aggressive now selling into lows here because I learned my lesson on that trade at 852. But in this case, though, very easy to see what happens here. We go down, we retest this low here. Now, again, momentum is oversold, so I'm thinking buy. The speed comes in. I don't see any big sellers. They're all buying here right now. And at 9:03, I get 24 more ticks. Now, are you seeing a pattern here? 24 ticks to begin with. 21 ticks second trade. 21 ticks third trade. 24 ticks the fourth trade. Now, look back at our track record for yesterday. We saw a bunch of 30-tick winners yesterday. Why do we keep getting these plus 20s? Because what's happening is we're going plus 5 and plus 10, and then price is crashing back down. So we're having a hard time getting what I call extension or follow through. Now, the past couple days, though, we've got our plus 5, plus 10, plus 20.